Hey everyone, new here and welcome back to Grimoire. It has been quite a long time since I've played Grimoire. I mean, the last time I played Grimoire, I'm sorry. Last time was in the end or middle of September, not the end of September. The end of September I was already traveling. So the last time I played Grimoire was at the middle of September. There was a few reasons why I haven't been playing any more City Skylines or Grimoire, why I haven't done any kind of video upload. I did explain it on the previous video, so if you guys want to check it out, you're free to check it. But now I'm back, and the first thing I did when I came back was to try to figure out where we stopped. And we were building Crescent, and Crescent is the first high density district that we have in our city. I do remember we were playing around with this kind of like shore, near the shore district or section, commercial strip, you could call it that way. I do remember that we did not finish it. I mean, it was looking nice and all, you know, with the Starbucks, cafe and all this stuff, the movies, you know, the plazas and all that, but we didn't finish. And I think today we were going to do that, but instead we're going to do something else, because let's look at a big issue we have in our city due to these runabout. Not only the runabout, but it's one of the main reasons, the main bottleneck is this runabout. We have a huge, not huge, probably a massive traffic issue, and it's getting crazy. You guys see, it's getting crazy. I mean, it's even here. I mean, I honestly, it's crazy. I'm telling you guys, look how crazy it is. I mean, the game is paused, yes, but it's crazy. Why? The main reason is we've built this new section called Crescent. It's a high density, so a lot of opportunities in here. It's still growing, we're still building it, and you only have one access point, which is through this way. As you guys can see, this has no connection or any kind of interaction over any other section of the map. So, and following one of the many tips I did, we first need to figure out where the problem is. When you have traffic issues, you need to figure out what is the problem and where are the problems. Now, on the roads, we can see that this one is a really big bottleneck. The main reason is because I did add some time. If I'm not mistaken, there is a timed. Yeah, we have a timed traffic. No, it's not even a timed traffic. I think it's, or is it? I don't even know. Yeah, it's a timed traffic light. Okay, so we have to go to the timed traffic lights, and we probably have to remove this. And the main reason why we have this in here was because it was creating a huge traffic issue within Crescent Hills and this small road in here. So I decided to do a small traffic lights in here so that cars would give way and all that. And basically that was the biggest mistake I did, and this caused a bigger problem overall. Anyways, that was not the only problem, because as you guys can see, we have highway connections to the entire region, but the only way you can reach Crescent is by going through this intersection. So if you're coming this way, you have to come on this ramp to this highway. If you're coming this way, you have to go through this entrance, and this is packing a lot of cars in here, plus all the roundabout. It's a huge impact on the traffic flow. There's also another issue we have, is that Crescent, and we can check it out here on the transportation, public transportation system. Crescent has no public transportation, so people in here have to use cars. You don't have any other way to reach Crescent, and Crescent is a high density. It's a small location, but it has already 5,000 inhabitants, which is a lot of people, having in mind that Brook only has 4.8 or 4,800 inhabitants. Westbrook has 3,000. And if we go see, Crescent is already the biggest district, the more people living in here, and you don't even have a proper public transportation system. So overall, before we start fixing everything, we have at least 3 issues that I can see in here that we can fix and make something even better, or at least fix the biggest traffic issues. The first one is remove this bottleneck. I don't want to remove the roundabout, so we're gonna have to find a different solution for this section without destroying the roundabout. Even in fact, because I think the roundabout is something really nice in here, and it could be used very well if we fix the way we have this intersection. The second one is we need to have more entry points for Crescent. It cannot be only through this part of the road. We have different highway connections. We have one in here that we could use definitely to connect over here. We have this one that is connected to nothing because we wanted to connect to the eventually in the future to the downtown that I was planning to be around here, this section, but we can definitely continue this building this in order to connect eventually to this other part of the highway intersection, or to the highway. And of course the third one, this one. So we could have at least 3 highway connections, plus we could connect, or we could build proper roads from Crescent to Crescent Hills, which has a lot of farms, but we could probably eventually fix this section in here. I mean, we could have most of the farms could be from this section in here forwards, so we could try to transform this in something else. Plus we could also do some kind of bridge and connect this to eventually our industrial area, Evergreen Park. And not just those are just some options we have. Okay, and finally we could try to build a better public transportation for Crescent Hills, and all these sections. We already, I don't know why, but I did unlock the entire system, so we have all the public, as you can see, we have the entire public transportation system. So we could have at least 2 public transports in here. The first one would be definitely a bus line. This is not a very big zone, so we could have like a very simple bus line with maybe 2, 3, 4 buses at top. And the more important in here would be definitely to have a train station that would connect Crescent to probably Crescent Hills, eventually Brook or Westbrook, Victoriatown, Petrol Oil Park, even Evergreen Park. We could try to connect the entire district in here into a proper train station. Now there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be able to build or to do everything in one episode, so we're gonna try to do today, at least try to fix the highway connections, and probably let's first start with this section. Let's first try to fix this roundabout bottleneck. Then we should try to fix the highway connection. Probably have more connections depending on how much money we have. We do not have that much of a budget, as you guys can see. And to bring new highways, it's a big infrastructure project, so I don't think we will be able to do all of that. Plus you have the train stations and all that stuff. But let's start with the beginning, and let's fix, first of all, I think that by fixing the roundabout bottleneck, we will have a better traffic flow. There's still going to be a lot of traffic, but I think the flow will be better. So how am I going to do this? Before going, first of all, I'm going to do a time lapse, because it's going to take a lot of time. But my idea in here is to keep the roundabout, probably do some kind of tunnel below the roundabout, so we can keep the roundabout, but we could still have connections, highway connections to the roundabout, so that whoever is in the highway and wants to go to Crescent Hills can run into the roundabout, or use the roundabout to turn around. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna disconnect these entire sections in here, and we're gonna do a tunnel below the roundabout, so that the highway will continue. So whoever wants to just go to Crescent doesn't have to go through the runabout, it just goes below it on the highway. Whoever wants to turn on or get out of Crescent Hills, then he has to use the runabout to get access to the highway. I think this way we will have a proper and better flow. So let me just start destroying this in order so we can build, only in order to build the proper runabout with tunnels and all that stuff. Maybe I could destroy all of this in here too. Yeah, I think this is okay. Okay. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in a bit and I'll try to explain what I did over there, okay? Okay guys, so I'm back and we have completely redone our runabout, and I think I did add some trees in here. I'm not sure if that was needed or not. I also had some quays in here, not really needed to be honest, but it does look a little bit better at the highway, right? Some fixes I need to do later on, but for now I think that's okay. And on the first just on the first point of view, I think everything is now starting to flow a lot better. There is no oh yeah, I completely forgot, there is no need anymore for these for this one in here. So let's remove the traffic. So there's no longer traffic lights in here, and I should, let me see, is there any traffic lights? Yeah, I should remove these ones. There's no need for traffic lights at all in this runabout. Let me also see how everything works with the runabout. I think everything seems perfectly fine in here. Yeah. So there's I think every yeah, this one should stop like this. Okay, so oh yeah, and this one in here also, it should stop. Okay. This one is not needed because this is an exit. So all the entry points in here all have to give way eventually. So yeah, the roundabout seems to be working perfectly fine right now. To be honest, I could work a little bit here with the line management, but I don't think I'm gonna do that, not for now. It doesn't seem to have that much traffic after all, and by just doing it, I've been able to improve a lot this section in here of the traffic, to be honest. But there's still a lot of traffic issues in here, and even in here we can see there's some kind of like, because probably the cars under, and oh yeah, there's still like you guys can see now, the traffic issue is in here basically. Yeah, it kind of makes sense because it's in here you have two districts. It kind of sucks, but anyways, this bottleneck is no longer a bottleneck. Now the bottleneck is somewhere over here, and it's only caused because there's only one way entry to this section. Now what we're gonna do, the second part of today's video, is going to be trying to connect this highway through here, and probably I'm gonna use this tunnel we have here, and because underground tunnels, they don't really care, or we don't really need to do that much stuff underground. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to connect. Basically we can do some kind of really fast fix over here. So let me just do that, okay? Alright guys, so I'm back with a quite strange intersection, you could say that way, because this is a kind of like a four-way intersection, I would say that. So this will keep going further on in the future this way, plus this one will go this way, I don't know, something like that. I forgot that I didn't yet connect through this section of the map. But this one is quite easy to connect. In fact, basically from here all you have to do is I would say, let me just turn this map on here. I would say just try to keep on going this way. I have to fix that. I definitely have to fix that. If a car is coming this way and he wants to go to the highway connection, all he has to do is something like, I don't know, like this, and then go this way. If a car is coming this way and he wants to go that way, I would have to say, well, he has to get a connection around here, which I definitely don't like that much, but I guess making it in an easier way, I think it would be something a bit more like this. And if a car is coming this way and he wants to go this way, I would have to say it would be something more or less like this. Yeah, this part of the section is not the most prettiest one, but I guess it will have to work like this. It's kind of stupid, to be honest, but yeah, it's just a simple connection. Let me just fix what needs to be fixed in here. So I guess it's this point, probably around here. It's a bit of a fixture. I would say something more or less like this. It's a little bit. It's kind of a little bit not as pretty as it should be, but yeah, this one is a very simple one, but I think it kind of will work out. So we have this a simple connection over here, and it goes this way, and then you have the well, overall you have this connection that will go this way, and eventually you can get yourself, you can split a little bit more the traffic between this section that comes from here. This is something I need to definitely rebuild off camera, make it prettier. So you have traffic coming from here. Now eventually you will have traffic coming this way, and probably I should even have more connections. I think we could do more connections between the different sections or different zones. I mean, we could do a small bridge crossing this path in here, like this avenue. We could go over this path and eventually even connect to Evergreen Park, which is not pretty, but eventually what we could do is we have a tram line that goes this way, but the tram is in this section, so we could eventually even build some kind of tram line that would go all the way to the Evergreen Park into these kind of like central section of our Crescent. But I think that's something for the future. Right now, what we need to figure out is definitely if this works. So let's unpause. Let's speed up a bit these little things. Let's see if there are cars driving through this section. Hopefully there will be. Right now there aren't any cars. Well, there's kind of strange what is happening right now in here. Why are cars all go that way? Let me see traffic. Let me look at the traffic line. I think that cars in here, they should. Oh, it seems like this is kind of. No, it's not bugged. I don't want cars to do any of that over there. So I want cars to keep on moving. Yeah, if they want to change, they can change. Oh, they're changing back. Why is that? So that they can go all the way. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, we're already having some cars driving this route because they will probably check it's faster going this way than the other section around, which is cool. And hopefully this will reduce a little bit traffic in here. Yeah, we will have also to start building soon enough. We need to build our train station, which I probably will want to have it something around here. But I guess this is gonna be for the next episode, guys. I'm not really sure how long this episode is because of the time lapse, but I've been recording for more than an hour. So yeah, I hope that I will be able to finish next episode really soon, or at least finish these traffic issues. We still have a lot of traffic issues, and we only fixed a little bit of it. We even have a fire in here. Wow, amazing. Definitely we still have a lot of traffic from these guys that come this way, but you guys can see that we are having a little bit less traffic in this section because we have made an intersection in here, and more cars are coming this way to our you know, Crescent Hill, and maybe not only Crescent Hill, you know, the cars don't need to drive only this way. They can drive past through this part and eventually even go to Evergreen Park, for instance, or any other section. I'm just gonna let this run a little bit more, see what happens, and we still have a bottleneck in here. That's something I need to figure out and fix really soon. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. I will try to, like I said, off camera, fix this and eventually start building something around here on the premises of public transportation on the next episode. So yeah, see you guys soon. Cheers.